I've done more in the last 2 to 3 weeks than I've achieved in the past year. Hello and welcome back to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro. I hope you are doing well. This week's episode is one I'm very excited to speak about, but I might trigger a few people in the best way, so prepare yourself, okay? This year has flown by, and that unfortunately for you means we are now in the home stretch of quarter one. So if you follow the 12-week rule, goal, 12-week year principle, that's the word I was looking for, you will understand that your year is divided up into 4 quarters, 12 weeks, 3 months per quarter. That's how it breaks down. March, being the 3rd month of the year, means you are done with your first quarter basically. Now, not to attack anyone, but how are those goals looking? How are those habits in Jan going? Did you make it past week 3? How's the budget that you decided to write down looking like? Is the mathing? And I asked this, like I said, not to trigger you and not to put you off your goals, but instead to actually light a fire under you. Because for me, I've done more in the last 2 to 3 weeks than I've achieved in the past year, okay? All because I realized what exactly needs to be done. So, that said, let's get into what I did, how you can do it, and how to keep going. We're going to start with digging up that old horse, just so I can beat the gain, because that horse is called reflection, okay? I know it is annoying to hear me say reflection every single time, but it is honestly the best way to learn anything, and it's the best way to start if you don't know where to start. Most things in life have different avenues you can look on, you can learn from, you can research and find things on whatever topic you are researching. In most cases, there are actually people who you can look at and possibly even speak to if they are in your own life, who you can bounce ideas off of, get new ideas from, and learn from, which is one of the best things you can do. As I say, learning from other people is genuinely the best way to learn because you don't have to make the mistake they did. I love those videos where they're like, let me teach you X in 2 minutes compared to the 10 years it took me to learn it. Love those things, you know. They are giving you valuable information. One place we often overlook when reflecting is ourselves, because you are your most valuable asset when it comes to reflection. You know things about yourself no one else knows, and you can't BS yourself, okay? You know that if you are someone who's going to stay up late or wake up early, you will do it. You understand that. You can't trick yourself, okay? If you know, I'm gonna wake up early and get things done, you're gonna wake up and get things done. Or you're like, nope, I'm staying up late to do this because I can't trust myself to wake up early. Those are gold nuggets of wisdom that comes in at the next point. But hold on to that nugget because it is very, very valuable, okay? The thing I did when reflecting is look at my 5-year plan that I worked on in January and didn't set goals for, okay? You remember that? Yeah. Didn't set goals, just wrote down random things and didn't work on making a plan. And worst of all, didn't set deadlines. Deadlines are the key, people, okay? That's something I've learned. Deadlines are key, okay? Because just having this random list of things that I potentially might want one day is not a plan. It is an unmade vision board at best, okay? That is what it was. And I say was because in reflecting on it, I had to take a step back, rework my list, and actually start figuring out the present tense of those things. Did I truly want it? Did I not? Should I have scrapped it? Should I have reworked it into a different thing? Those all made a difference. And once they were more concrete, I could flesh out ideas, pick deadlines, make bullet points basically of how I wanted to achieve this thing. And once I was done, looking over that list made it so easy to incorporate things into my life now, because yes, I wrote that in present tense for 5 years from now, but I can still start working on the baby steps to achieving that today. Which brings me to taking action. It is something that is very hard to do, but trust me, once you get that ball rolling, it's gonna keep rolling. It is the best thing you can do for yourself, is to just start. And I read something on Instagram recently where it's like, take the first step, set a timer for 5 minutes and start doing that thing. And once the timer goes off, you are free to stop. But 5 minutes is the dedication that you're going to give to it. And most people are like, yeah, nah, I'm going to just keep going. So do that. See if it helps. Because yes, that is the motivation you need to keep going. And it's great. But this is where knowing yourself comes in, okay? I know myself and I love the thrill of conquering a ridiculously hard challenge, okay? Something that is maybe doable if all the circumstances were right, but then just adding it to something and making it seemingly a very hard challenge, because that excites me. I will go and do that. Because even if I didn't reach the goal in the time limit or complete everything when I said I was going to, I probably would have still gotten a lot more done had I not tried to do that. Had I not tried to just do this ridiculous thing. And that is essentially what you want. You want to make progress. So instead of fearing the mountain, rather climb it and not reach the top, versus being like, you know what? No, not today. Because that day never comes. A recent example of this that I can give you, hence me saying I've achieved so much. I decided to upload old podcast episodes in the video format for the YouTube channel. I've been trying to do this for a year, okay? And granted, I will give myself the kudos because I did get one done here and there. It was never very consistent and it wasn't always timely. So I was like, this is not on. We need to do something about this. Because the most annoying thing was that I felt this backlog was so huge and I would just never catch up. Like I felt it would take me years if I did 2 a week, and that was being generous, okay? Hence me saying I sometimes got 1 done a week. Basically, I decided to set myself one of these ridiculously hard challenges. I wanted to catch up to the date of the vlogs, which would have been April of 2022, which was the incorrect date because honestly, that's a story for another day. I will make a separate podcast about that. So basically, that was the date I had chosen. I estimated how many uploads it would take, and the estimated number was 96 backlogged episodes, okay? I went full on mind map with this thing and I made a grid, and it was 4 boxes by 4 boxes, so 16 box grid, okay? In each box was a date and 6 boxes, like tick boxes, but they had crosses on, and when I completed it I would turn it into a tick box. There were 16 blocks in total, which was 16 days, and I needed to get 96 old ones done, meaning 6 a day, okay? So I would have to upload 6 old episodes a day. And is it possible? Absolutely yes. Did it seem impossible? Bigger yes. Which is basically perfect for me, because I like that. And just to prove the point, not only did I manage to do all the episodes I set out to do, with a day to spare I might add, but I also managed to upload a YouTube video from where I thought I needed to catch up to. There was like footage. I edited that footage into a YouTube video and uploaded it. I will link it. I am currently editing a different video that needs to get posted. Plus, I'm going through old footage to try and figure out how I'm going to flow with it. On top of that, I maintained weekly uploads for new podcast episodes I'm creating, and am living my life, trying to find a job, helping out at home, be a human being and just get enough sleep, eat 3 meals a day, which I don't get to sometimes. Like, living a normal life and trying to do this was crazy, yet I got it done, okay? Which brings me to my final point. Now that I have the momentum going in that particular area of my life, I know I did explain it a while back that the podcast and social media feels like an extra limb. Shout out to my bestie who sent me a voice note for my birthday and explained the 2 different characters from Mortal Kombat that they are from. Love that. But it is like that extra limb. It's part of my day. It's part of my life. It's part of how I live. And getting that particular limb going kind of like shook up the rest of them. So I find myself wanting to do more in other areas of my life. As I said, I'm consulting my 5-year plan that I made. It's put a lot into perspective for me, especially because I want more out of life than I currently thought I could have and wanted to have. And having written those things down in a bulleted format makes it easier to be like, oh, that seems easy enough to work in. Let me start working on that. Or, oh, that's something interesting. Let me see if I can find time for that. Because that's essentially what it is. It's taking your life and just like tilting it 1 degree every single time. Just like rotating it a little bit and working on that. And realizing we're going into winter has also been a game changer for this. Because there are certain hobbies or activities that I will no longer be able to do, or goals I won't be able to achieve in this upcoming season. So hiking and going on walks is something I loved doing previously and I want to keep doing going forward. But with winter approaching, it's not a conducive environment for that. So having to find indoor hobbies and things I can do to swap as a seasonal replacement is a goal I have, and then incorporating other things as well to also just swap out maybe seasonal hobbies. So, you know, that's another thing I'm working on, but it's made me more excited to change things around, both physically, emotionally, mentally, personally, ? I don't know. So that's what it's been like. And being on a roll, I definitely think I'm going to do more because, like I said, I want more for me. And having said all that, please understand I want to encourage you to not overthink things or do things in the intense way I do. I'm definitely a jump in at the deep end and swim. I refuse to sink. That is me. But this is me and my life, not yours. I'm doing this in this way because that's how I choose to go about it. Other people will choose to do things slowly, methodically, like they actually have a plan. No, jumping at the deep end is my thing. So it's okay to see this and be like, no thank you. Or listen to this and be just like, you know what, maybe she's got a point. Let me just check my goals again. Where did I put that piece of paper? It's okay, because trust me, I go about it in this way because I know myself, and sometimes I get nothing done for weeks, and other weeks I move entire mountains, and that's okay. It's life. It ebbs and flows. If focusing on one thing is how you get things done, do that. If surviving and not thinking of anything else is what you need to do that. Do not compare yourself, especially not to me, please, because everyone is on their own path, in their own journey, on their own time. Do you, I'll do me. And if you choose not to do anything, even for just the next 2 seasons that we have, which is autumn and winter, don't. Spring is coming, okay, in September. If you want to wait till then and have a spring clean and a fresh start, do that. Trust me, I just came out of a break and that's why I think I'm on this uptick. But we all need breaks sometimes and that's okay. Me feeling energized now when you possibly feeling low, that's okay. It's life. But just do you, know yourself, reflect, and then do what you want to do. Because life is too short to not. So, yeah. That's it from me with my long-winded words. The song of the week is one I've been enjoying seeing because there's this cool little Instagram video that went around from the music video, and they're like doing the little dance and it's so cute. And that song is In My Bag by Flo and GloRilla, and I just love it. I'm just like, yes, please. Especially in the song when she's talking about her drip, her whip, her slip, her dip. Like, I want it for myself. I want my own drip. I want my own whip. I'm working on the slip part, okay? I'm trying to find my own style and, playing around with clothes and colors. So I'm still working on that. And my dip is good. It just needs some fine tuning, whipping it into shape. But other than that, I'm working on me. I'm working on all my things. But it's a very motivating song, So give it a listen if you haven't. Thank you for listening to my ramble this week. I hope you are having a good one. Special shout out to another bestie of mine. It was her birthday on Tuesday. Fun fact, the day I'm recording this. So, birthday wishes to you. And that's it from me for this week. I will encourage you to not only be a better being, but be your best being for yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.